Aquarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-January 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Aquarians. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for Aquarius again in mid-January? Getting very close to your birthday season, my friends. What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Aquarius in mid-January. What's the vibe in 2025 for my good friends? There we go. Nice and quick. Hey, we got my favorite oracle card in the whole deck. Our good pal, Mr. Bookhead, has come by to pay us a little visit. Now, this is beautiful energy. It's very reminiscent of the Page of Pentacles, and I feel like it's good. And obviously, this is a distinguished young individual wearing the books everywhere on their damn body. But before we fully get into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the January subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about our pal here. So we see this young individual. As I mentioned, they got books all in their arms, books as a necklace, books as a damn hat, books everywhere, and it's very studious. So for some of you, we'll talk more about the page energy in a minute, but it could be a great time for learning new things, learning new skills, absorbing energy or information and being able to put it to good use. So I feel like this is a really great thing, especially for students or people going in new directions. This is a great vibe to have. Now, again, it is Page of Pentacles like, which is similar to aces. It's a youthful, vibrant type of energy, new paths opening up, which is really great. But a big thing with the Page of Pentacles is it's a communicator as well. So we could be seeing some little things here about talking or getting something out there when we have this energy in the mix. So again, it doesn't feel bad to me. It doesn't feel like anything we have to worry about. And little Bookhead here, if this isn't someone you're connected to, he always puts a smile on my face when he shows up, and one day I will make a Bookhead costume for Halloween. So we're just going to let him chill over there. So information, learning, new things, communication. That's the name of the game with him. But let's get into tarot now. And I always say the first card here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for my Aquarians. What's happening? And while we get the deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. Beautiful. The reading was titled A Massive Win. Now, it didn't feel like an easy win for all of you, but I definitely felt like something taking a bounce or going your way. So it did feel good. It was more like a hard-fought type of win, though, so it didn't feel necessarily bad. We're going to see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take what hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get you 3 cards in the upright. And I always mention, too, that winds come in all different shapes and sizes, my friends. So that energy could bleed over for a little bit. Let's get you 3. Okay. A little bit of a different vibe there. We got the 5 of Cups in position number 1. Not the best way to start a reading, but we'll take it. We're going to roll with it. We'll see what else has to come out. It could be a little gloomy. Okay. 3 Wands. Okay. I've been seeing this a lot this week. Very protective type of energy too, what I'm picking up from it. Let's get one more out here. We'll piece it all together. What do we have for Aquarius? Notice like both of them, their backs are turned to us. They're not looking at us. Let's get one more. What do we got here for Aquarius? Getting a funky little energy off this, my friends. Yeah, and then there goes the Hermit. So there's a lot of not talking about something, at least in the main part of the cards. It's like, huh. All right, well, why aren't we discussing it? What is not being addressed? Very peculiar. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. And at first glance, I will say this elementally. It's a nice mixture. And it's like we have the water, which is the cups, the emotions, the realm of feelings. We have fire, which is action. We have earth, which is the material world. But notice, I'm just... for some reason, I can't let go of the fact that they all seem like they're in the same mode. So maybe for some Aquariuses out there, maybe you're just in your own lane doing your own thing. There's a solitary type of energy I'm picking up off of each and every one of these. And notice it's like their backs are all turned to each other. There's not much talking, at least on the surface. So we're gonna have to really take a look at this, because it could be something that we definitely need more detail with. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build it out, because I feel like we need more particulars here. But position number one, we're starting with the Five of Cups, and we see our pal here dressed all in black. He's gothed out, he's wearing his emo clothes, and he's not feeling too hot. Now, I always say when it comes to difficult energies in tarot, they're on a spectrum, right? So it could just be a little bit of gloominess, it could just be a couple of up and down days, or it could be something major, depending. Like the Five of Cups is the river of tears. So it's somebody that's going through something very difficult. Okay, so we're going to have to look at this and see, like, is this a big problem or issue that we want to hone in on? Or the thing that I like about the Five of Cups, though, is that it's not a final result. Like, it's like, all right, this isn't nice right now, or this isn't ideal, but it's going to get better. It's going to improve. Notice there's still things in the background. There's still cups that are standing. So it's like all is not lost. So even if somebody is going through a difficult time, difficult situation or problem, it's like, all right, it could get better. It can and will get better. But again, for some of you, it might just be a little bit of gloominess. Now, as we move over, we have the Three of Wands. And that, to me, I always say it could be somebody that's in a waiting pattern or holding for something. In its positive sense, it's like, all right, something's almost here. It's almost here. It's almost within reach. It's a huge card of manifesting. If you could see in the background, there's a ship that's about to come in. So it's like, all right, here it comes, or here something comes. It's right there. So there could be something big coming in, and we'll look at more detail on it as well. Three of Wands could represent distance and travel. So some of you might be getting on the go, getting on the move when this card is here. But just in the context of how all these other cards look, it's like the Five of Cups is looking that way. This one's looking that way. The Hermit's doing its own thing. It's like all these energies are doing their own thing, and they're not really speaking to each other for whatever reason. So watch out for communication issues, because I will say this. The Three of Wands, when we talk about its challenge, could represent problems popping up. It could represent delays. It could represent a bit of a stubborn type of energy as well. So watch out for anyone being a little bit too stubborn, sticking their foot in the ground and not budging. But I'm going to say this could be a good thing before I say it's a challenge, because we need much more detail. Okay. Moving to the back end, we do have the Hermit. Now, you might be connected to a Virgo. You might have Virgo placements. This is their card. And when I see the Hermit, it's a retracted, pulled back type of energy. Whereas, like, if we had a card like the Fool is getting out there. It's making action. It's making moves. This Hermit is pulling its energy back. So for some Aquariuses, like I said, maybe you're just doing your own thing in different areas of life where it's like, I'm in my lane, doing my own thing. This is what I want to do right now. Nothing wrong with that. But the Hermit, the positives of the Hermit, because I always like to give you the positives first. It's a card of spirituality. It's a card of wisdom, seeing things clearly, doing a lot of thinking when we have the Hermit. But the challenge, issues with communication. This could represent loneliness. This could represent missing somebody as well. So there's a certain isolation when we have the Hermit. So again, like, all these energies are very solitary, and to me, they feel like they can be some issues. It's just odd how they're all facing in different directions. And I feel like there's a lot more going on underneath the surface. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Aquarius. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for my friends. What is happening? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Five of Cups. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Aquarius, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Five of Cups time. What's happening? Why is that 5 here? Thank you. Queen of Wands in the upright. All right, so watch out for issues with fire signs in this time. This could be someone that is either recovering, or they have had a ding to their pride, okay, or confidence, because that's a big thing here with the Queen of Wands, where it's like the energy pulls back. I'm getting an odd energy. It's like I'm pulling back, I'm lashing out. I'm pulling back, I'm lashing out with the way this feels to me. Now, I will say this, if you do have a couple of off days, if you're not going through anything too difficult, there's nothing wrong with that. Because to me, this energy could bounce back. Remember, I said it's pulling back, it's coming forth. So for a lot of you, this could be an energy that's just up and down. So I could most definitely say this could be a bit of an emotional warning or a warning in general that things in the near future could be very up and down with the way I'm picking it up. Now, for those of you that are specifically connected to fire signs or having issues with fire signs, they might be really going through a tough one, or they might be affected by something because the Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, usually it's a card that's like very confident, like, no, 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 I'm fine, I'm fine. That could be a vibe I'm picking up here too. Is like on the inside, they might be the Five of Cups, but on the outside, like, yeah, I'm cool, nothing to worry about here. Everything's cool, everything's fine. So I'm kind of getting that vibe of someone playing something off as well. So I'm getting a lot of things here. Once again, someone that's saying, yeah, everything's fine, don't worry about me. Either that or the energy is just like pulling back and retracting. It's very up and down, up and down. So I usually like a little more stability in the energy. I know Aquariuses are usually pretty good at going with the flow when necessary. So you might have to get into that mindset where there's some things you might have to be a little flexible on. Let's keep moving forward. Let's just keep moving forward. I already said what I needed to say there. Let's see what the Three of Wands has, especially since that feels like the energy that's coming in. And I really want to get to that Hermit. See what that's about. So let's go in on the Three of Wands for Aquarius, please, in mid-January. There's Three of Wands here for my friends. Four of Wands, so much fire. So much fire. And this is most definitely an energy that is about to like shift and change in a very, very powerful way. Okay. The Four of Wands is usually like very planted, very celebratory. And when I see the Three of Wands, it's like, I'm waiting on this situation to shift. I'm waiting on this situation to change. Now, the Four of Wands is the 1111 card, right? Usually very powerful, very good, very spiritually tied in. But the fact that it's in reverse does speak about either a karmic shift, like the universe moving things around, or it's an uprooting of something. I don't think that this is a loss, but I will say this, like, these energies feel gloomy. These energies do feel quite gloomy, where it's like this energy's down in the dumps, this energy's down in the dumps, even though they might be playing like they're not. Okay, so I would say this isn't just coming from your end, it's not just coming from someone else's end. There's just this like gloomy, heavy energy I'm picking up. And you know I'm an optimistic reader. I'm just being honest with what I'm seeing. Okay, and I'm not saying it's all coming from you. Now, the Four of Wands in reverse, it can be good, right? If it is indicating a change, if you're going through a difficult time, things that have been stubborn, a situation that's been plaguing you, this Four of Wands could be a great thing when it shows up in reverse, because it's like, okay, well, you wanted it, here it comes. You wanted that change in your situation, here it goes. But it's like someone patiently waiting on it too. Which, I don't know why this energy is like so gloomy. Let's move in on the Hermit and see if we could get a little more information out of that. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow card. So why is the Hermit here for Aquarius this week, please? Why is the Hermit here? What is going on? Thank you. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, I'll do it myself. That's the first thing I'm feeling here. When I see the Hermit with the Eight of Pentacles, I'll do it myself. I'll just do it my damn self. So in this time, I'm not sure if this is, you know, someone that wants your help or if you're needing someone's help, but with this energy here, it just feels very solitary. Like I said, like I will do it my damn self. Like it feels like crabby, it feels grumpy to me. And again, I'm not casting any judgments, but from what I've been seeing and feeling the whole time, like either you're dealing with someone that could be in their feelings in a very big way, like upset, angry, mad, because I'm feeling that here on the back end, especially with the Eight of Pentacles. Like, I have stuff to do, I'm going to do it by myself. If you're not going to help me, you're just getting in my way. It's like giving me that kind of energy, which is really peculiar. Okay, and again, I'm not saying it's you, might be, who knows, but with this Eight of Pentacles, watch out for issues with career, watch out for issues with business and work. I usually think of this as somebody wanting to put energy into something, but again, we have this expanding, contrasting energy. It's like the Hermit pulls back, the Eight of Pentacles comes forward. It's like back, forth, up, down, up, down. So I would say in this time, things feel a little bit shaky. I'm being very honest with you, Aquarius. Now, does this mean that things are bad? No, but I do feel a very grumpy type of presence here on the back end. Either someone is like complete and total independence mode, nothing wrong with that, but it's like, I'll do it my damn self. It's like just giving me that or just someone that's very sour, angry, or mad. So do with that information what you will. Let's go through and do a quick recap. A lot of similarities here, and it's just a lot of solitary energy here this week as well, which is bizarre because usually Aquarius energy does think on a collective scale. Like this is like solitary all over the place. But position number one, we have the Five of Cups with the Queen of Wands. So we have a card of being down in the dumps, but a card of being very, very optimistic. Now, if you are connected to a fire sign, they might be going through a tough time. You might be having issues with them. It could be simply that. Remember, it's not gender specific. But I was getting vibes of someone saying, yeah, everything's fine. Don't worry about me. Everything's cool. Even if that's not the case. I also did say that this could be an emotional warning or an important one, that the energy for the Aquarius collective could very much be up and down in various ways, whether it is work or personal relationships. It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's like I'm going, I'm coming. It's like back and forth, back and forth. Moving to the center, we have the Three of Wands with the Four of Wands in reverse. Someone's like, I'm waiting on a change. I'm waiting on this situation to shift. The energy is supporting a big change of some sort here for a lot of Aquariuses. So if it's what you want, the universe is going to give it to you. That's a big vibe I'm picking up here. But it's also, there's a little impatience. So it's like every one of these energies, just watch the people around you in this time, because like they could all be going through various different things. None of them feel quite over the moon or happy to me right now. So do with that what you will. On the back end, we do have the Hermit retracted with the Eight of Pentacles. And like I said, this felt angry, it felt mad, it felt aggressive and crabby. It's like, I'll do it my damn self. It's like, don't bother me. I'm busy. It's like giving me stuff like that, which is really peculiar. Watch out for issues with work, authority figures, all that kind of stuff. But all of these energies seem to be in their own lane doing their own thing. But it's just really peculiar for you this week. So do with that information what you will, take from it what you will. Please take a screenshot. There could definitely be things changing from what we have here in the center. But let's see what's in the shadows for you. And yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. I'll put that down in the comments pinned. So let's get this shadow card out for Aquarius. What's happening? What do we need to know? What's all this grumpy energy? Okay, Nine of Swords, stress. And for some of you, you might just feel it in the ether. I feel like if you're an energetically sensitive individual, when I see the Nine of Swords, if you're feeling wound tight for no particular reason, it's because you're like feeling the collective energy around. So I don't know why that message is coming out in the shadows. Make sure you're getting proper rest, relaxation, and sleep, because this is a card that is very much on edge and nervous. But I will say this, the Nine of Swords shows up in the shadows a lot. So it's like people that they have their own little hidden stresses or hidden fears. But for a lot of you, for some of you, I'm not going to say a lot, I'm not putting this on anybody. The Nine of Swords is very much like at nights when you're laying in bed and like you're getting the intrusive thoughts and you're just thinking. So hopefully you're not going through stuff like that. Just watch out. I feel for a lot of you, just protect your energy. There could be some energetic sensitivity heightened in this time, especially if you're sensitive to it. So we're going to put that Nine of Swords down right there. Okay, Aquarius, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the January subscriber surprise. If you would like to get a personal reading from me and get a little forecast for what 2025 has in store for you, you can check out my website and digital calendar at mastermetaphysics.com to look for availability. But for the January subscriber surprise, we are once again giving away 3 copies of the beautiful Everyday Witches Tarot. It's one of my favorite decks. And if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what is your main goal for the 2025 calendar year? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab as usual, my friends. Much love, and I'll see you soon.